my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, beautiful souls. It's Lizzie the Lightworker here. Today we're working on Sagittarius and Pisces in a union of twin flame, but in separation. So we're going to talk about some of the energies leading up to separation, maybe some of the energies you're carrying now, either of you, something that still needs work or healing, some timing possibly, and more. So stick around if you'd like to hear all those messages today. Let's get started with Sagittarius. Twin flame separation. Sagittarius. Wow, okay. All right, so I feel like Sagittarius might have a hard time opening up sometimes emotionally. I feel like they're very romantic. They just might not be all that outward with it, and that might have been a problem for Pisces. Pisces really needs to feel it, and they need to feel the emotion because they're a water sign and emotional and compassionate, so they need to feel all that. They're very forgiving. So with this Queen of Cups, I feel like Sagittarius is definitely chasing. I have a really good feeling here. I mean, all the cards are leading to chasing, so they might be in chaser mode. To me, this is that they're seeking out their divine. They're seeking out their twin. You know, they have really strong feelings, romantic, strong feelings. And I feel like they either want another chance or they want to prove themselves. They will prove their love without a doubt. That's the energy they're in. That's the energy they carry as a Sagittarius. They also like the thrill of the chase. So a little bit of this chasing game builds a lot of more, loving feelings and feelings of want and longing and needing. So they're really wild about Pisces. They're really in this energy. I also feel like they're just seeking answers. They need to know more about her or him. They need to know more about, where they are. What are they doing? They're divine. It's really got them in a state of like they want to pursue, and they're searching and looking for their divine. So let's get in some of the Pisces energy so we can get a little bit of a bigger picture here. Okay, so we're getting Four of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and Ace of Cups. Interesting. Pisces has things that they don't want to let go of, things about themselves they're really struggling with. They know they need to make some changes, but they're really struggling with it. They'd rather ignore it. They'd rather go the fantasy route. They'd rather feel like if they're not directly thinking about it, it doesn't exist, if that makes any sense. They struggle with change. They struggle with stability. I feel like once they get stable, they're afraid that the other shoe is going to drop. So that could have been a little bit of this energy towards their Sagittarius. They're afraid if they invest too much too soon, or they say too much too soon or do too much too soon, that they're going to be waiting for the other shoe to drop. They're very fearful that love maybe can't last, or that it can go away quickly. They're very fixed on that. I also feel like they're doing a lot of work on themselves, and they're a little bit guarded right now. I feel like there's a lot of intense emotions here, a lot of passions and intense emotions, but they're in a process of moving past that energy. I feel like they are thinking about their Sagittarius. I mean, this is them right there. These two are thinking about each other. It's undeniable. It's intense energy. It's very intense. I feel like it's almost like sexually charged. I feel like it's like this desire, this inner sort of like animalistic thing with these two. I'm getting a very strong feeling of that. I mean, just look at these cards. We have a little bit of immature energy though. So maybe a little bit of growth, personal growth, I'm feeling like, and maturity needs to come. I feel like Pisces will definitely be open to new love. I feel like they, down the line with their divine, I feel like this is who they want to, and they're definitely going to be open to it. So some careful thoughts, some tempering sort of emotions, getting everything sort of together in your heads, and thinking about the future, because I feel like Pisces wants to move towards the future, and they want a future with love, and they want a future with their divine. So they're both feeling longing, and I just feel like Pisces is just they're holding on very tightly to the past a little bit. So they might have to let that go a bit. Might have to let the past go a little bit. But yeah, I feel like they're also working on self-love a bit. A little more of that self-love and nurturing. But yeah, Sagittarius is all on it. I mean, they really are thinking about Pisces. Yeah, this is divine, guys. This is divine twin, 100%. If you guys were wondering, either Sagittarius or Pisces finding this video, male or female, you guys definitely are twin flames. And that's why you're thinking about each other. It doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing or how far away you are from each other. You could be literally across seas from each other. Oceans could separate you. The energy is still connected. You're still thinking about each other. You're still longing for each other. You're still very passionate about each other. You're feeling the feelings like you never even had intimacy that great. You never had sex that great. You never connected with anybody like this on these passionate sort of animalistic feelings. I feel like it's so like intense. The connection, the sexual energy is so intense, and this is the way you feel for each other. Ultimately, you're supposed to heal each other. This is amazingly right. You're supposed to heal each other. So I feel like you both bring a different level of healing in. I feel like Sagittarius is more like a take by the reins person, and Pisces is a little more vulnerable, where they need a little more time to process, and they worry more about their emotional aspect and the emotions they can put in and the emotions that they're receiving back. And Sagittarius, I feel, is a lot more driven and more sexual and more impulsive to act rather than wait. Yeah, there's a little bit of reevaluating that needs to be done. So I feel like in the past, you may not have had the maturity that this required, because this is an intense connection. It's one of the most intense I've seen in a long time. I mean, the longing is there, the drive. I feel like you gave each other feelings that nobody ever gave. It's like this whole newness. So I feel like when this was happening, these feelings, there was a lot of like what ifs and I'm not sure and uncertainty, okay? Because you both never felt this before. So there was some of that needed to be sorted through. I feel like now is the time to be sorting through feelings, emotions, wants, needs, desires. What could you leave behind? What could you take with you? What do you need to do to evolve? What do you need to do to grow? Those sorts of things. So I'm getting another card out here. Yeah, there was some suspicions. I feel like suspicions over whether or not this could be carried, or if there was other people in each other of yours lives, if that makes any sense. No, you didn't have that going on. There was some suspicions from past stuff though, like so Sagittarius may have been cheated on in the past, Pisces may have been cheated on in the past, or one of you cheated in the past, made a mistake, and then you're worried that somebody's going to do that to you now. There's an energy of that. There's also an energy of not wanting to face things and wanting to run away, feeling like something is too much. Often that happens in twin flame. It scares the shit out of us that this connection is that real and that intense. So we want to run, or we want to ignore it, or not face it, or bash it, or fight it. And it only puts us in a corner. So it's about sort of coming to terms with the way you feel about this and accepting the fact that this is real and that a lot of work goes into it, and that you're just divinely aligned. You need to just work out your issues to come back, because this is like not wanting to face any fears, not wanting to face any obstacles. So some emotional strength might be needed here, you know, that kind of thing, like that building of your emotions, like to protect yourself, to not get too invested, but to be invested enough, sort of like finding that perfect balance that's not going to put you into boredom. If you've been with this person for 3 or 4 months and you start, you know, feeling like anxious, or, you know, maybe, oh, it's not going to work out. I feel like there's a lot of thinking that way, and thinking that way in the past, like almost feeling ambushed, or almost feeling like under attack a little bit when it comes to, you know, expressing yourself or saying the right thing or doing the right thing. There's some pressures there. That's all I'm saying. So it's about really facing this and facing head on your spiritual journey. It could also be that too. It could be that you both in different ways want to get right back to each other, and there's some things that need to happen before that, you know, the two of you can come back together. Yeah, I feel like communication was an issue, and that is something that when you two reunite, because I get a strong feeling that there will be a reuniting here. When the two of you reunite, I feel like the communication is going to be way better. You're going to be able to communicate your needs more sharply, more precisely, and it will be better accepted by each of you, because each of you will not want to split up again. I also feel like truth will come out. I feel like if someone was hiding feelings or didn't get to say all they wanted to say, truth will come out. It will be said. And just being receptive to it will be on each of your both's part. So, you know, it looks to me like this was incredibly passionate and incredibly driven with sexual desire and attraction and a lot of things, and it blew you both away. So much to the fact that you cannot even think about dating or being with anybody else like ever again. There's a lot of different energies around here. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of things with needing to feel grounded, maybe needing to feel the commitment, like committing and meaning it and staying to it. There's a lot here about thinking. There's a lot about emotional connection. This is a very intense connection, guys. It's beautiful because ultimately this is the way you feel about each other, that goddess and God feeling, okay? That's what you both are. You're God. We are feminines are goddesses. Divine males are gods. We are of God. I mean, our energy is beautiful and is meant to align. But if we're not ready, we will get pushed apart, or one of us will run because we're not willing to receive what the other one has to give. Or it's just immature. It's not ready. It's not full. It's not at full fruit yet. You know, you don't want to pick grapes too soon because they're sour, right? You want to let them mature and grow. So let's get some energies that each of these sides are carrying. Let's get, what is an energy that Sagittarius is carrying in separation? And we're getting longing. So wanting and waiting, and on Sagittarius' part, that does make a lot of sense. They really are deeply longing for their beloved. They have the most intense romantic feelings for you. And in this time of separation, they are definitely longing that connection. They feel the distance, they feel the pull, they feel like all they want to do, it's like two magnets wanting to get back together. Like they want to go, and when they're in each other's sights, that's it, boom, it's powerful, it's explosive. And Sagittarius remembers this. They're holding on to this. It made them sort of fall in love with their divine Pisces. That's the general factor here. It made them feel these intense romantic in love feelings, and Pisces feels the same. So what's an energy that Pisces may be carrying? What is an energy that Pisces is carrying? Let's get a card. Pisces energy is carrying, oh my gosh, sorry guys, pain. So you may be carrying some past pain, Pisces. Pain from the past, from past relationships. Pain from something that occurred here with your twin. Pain for the longing of wanting to be back with them. And a hard time, difficulty dealing with letting go of past things, like not holding on so tightly to yourself or to things from the past that you feel make you up. It's more time to release now. Don't be fearful to release and surrender the pain that you might be feeling from past experiences. Now, I just want to pull a fortune card to wrap up, and will be just for the general energy, sort of over the next maybe couple of weeks, couple of months. Let's see here. Okay, we're getting the Fool. So have the courage to embrace change and take risks. Be adventurous. So I feel like more exploration of yourselves, more like new beginnings. I feel like this will be a new beginning, definitely. There could be communication by spring. I don't really like to do predictive timings, but I feel like a spring renewal vibe. So yeah, take risks in your own lives. Keep getting enlightened. Keep enriching yourselves. Keep working on these things that we discussed here today. And I do believe there will be reunion. You may come back together one time and split again and come back together another time, and it will be maybe the perfect time. So just know that that does happen sometimes, and your path ultimately will shape the future of this reading and any other readings that you receive. So it's up to you to make the moves that your intuition guides you to make. I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check my description box for all my links about private reading information and a twin flame separation support group that I started on Facebook. Love and light to all of you. See you on the next reading.